Okay, class, you may dismiss.
Assalamualaikum, Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay, Arti, this is your group assignment. Present at C, okay?
Anis, this is our group assignment.
What? You can another assignment?
Yes.
How are you gonna do this? Guys, do you know how to do this?
I think we need to use SPSS method.
Yeah? Well, I guess we can start now. Let's go.
Yes.
You can prepare while waiting for your friends.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi, we are from Group 3. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce my team member. From the right, the first one is Arti, next Anis, then Suzette, Farah, Alia, Siti, and me, Nazwan, and on my left is Mark. Okay, we're gonna teach you guys how to conduct a practice test in SPSS. So, first, we're gonna consider the research question. The research question is like this.
Is there any significant change in students' maths achievement scores following participation in a remedial math course? Accordingly, the null hypothesis in which we will be testing is there is no significant change in student math achievement scores following participation in a remedial math course.
So guys, as we look at the research questions and the null hypothesis, we know that the independent variable is the time between the pre-test and post-test which the student participate in the remedial math course. And the dependent variable is the math achievement score measured on 2 occasions. PET sample t-test is sometimes referred to a repeated measured t-test. It's useful for determining if there is a difference in the mean score between 2 measurement times.
First, open the SPSS and locate the data to analyze to answer the question. Click File, Open Data, so it displays open data. We can choose File to analyze the data. Then I select Dependent Test. Click Open to progress. When click Open, the selected set data will appear in the SPSS data. Now we ready to conduct the pair sample t-test. Conduct the pair sample t-test from the menu at the top of the screen. Click Analyze, then click Compare Means, and then press Pair Sample t-test.
The pair sample t-test box will appear. Click one of the variables that you are interested in comparing for each subject. Pretest is one of these variables. Click Pretest, then click arrow button to move the pretest variable into variable 1 slot. Now the pretest variable in variable 1 slot. Click second variable that you interested in comparing for each subject. In this case, we're going to compare pretest and post-test. So, we click post-test and click arrow button to move the post-test variable to slot. Go ahead, press arrow button once you see post-test variables in variable 2 slot and pretest variable in variable 1 slot. You are finished and click OK to progress.
We move to the pair samples box. In this box, we will determine either t-test is significant or not. Also, can determine either we can accept or reject the null hypothesis. Okay guys, let's looking at column label as IG2 tail which refer as probability value. If value less than 0.05, we conclude that a significant difference between pre-test and post-test, and since value is 0.00 is less than 0.05, thus we can reject the null hypothesis.
Moving on to the mean reading. As you can see in this table, the pre-test reading and post-test reading, which is 37.50 for pre-test and 40.17 for post-test. So to get the significant difference, you need to minus the pre-test mean to post-test mean, and you will get negative 2.67, not negative 2.667, referring to APA style. So in this table below, these are all the calculated paired difference that have been automatically calculated using SPSS. So, the confidence interval is 95%, with the reading of lower boundary is negative 3.67 and the upper boundary is negative 3.66.
There are many other factors called confounding influences or confounding variable that could have caused our math score to increase. For example, simply maturation, growth or maturity could have caused all those score to increase. Perhaps students were exposed to another type of treatment or math instruction that could have caused our significant increase also. So, for the most part of it's always a good idea, and it is a better research design to have a control group that you are actually compare on it.
So, the finalized finding is the effect size was large based on Cohen's correlation 1998. The mean increase was 2.67 with 95% confidence interval for difference between the means of 1.66 to 3.68. So, we reject the null hypothesis.